Start already.
Let's start with it. Okay.
Okay, let me get this up and going. Okay, before I begin proper, as per title, I shall show you this very nostalgic video of which two of us would have known. The Pinky and the Brain.
Gee, babe, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
The Pinky and the Brain, the Pinky and the Brain. One is a genius, the other's insane. They're laboratory mice, their teams can't decide. The Pinky and the Brain, 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 brain.
Okay, well, for today, the topic for today is Pinky and the Brain. Well, of course, I'm not exactly talking about Pinky and the Brain per se, but rather I'll be using Pinky and the Brain as an analogy to describe our brain. Well, so for today, I'll be touching on how our brain looks like, and I'll be touching mainly on our cortex, which is the main brain of the brain, and also what happens when our brain takes charge, and also what happens when Pinky decides to invade, and of course some of the detectors that we use to detect any Pinkies around. So, well, okay, this is a brain for brain and brain of Pinky. Well, no, it's a bit small, but this is our brain from six different views. And for instead for this from a bottom up, and this from top down. This from a diagonal and side and stuff. And also this is a cross-sectional brain. Well, today I'll be talking about all of them, like for example the gyrus and okay, I'm kidding. If I were to be able to do that, I'm either like him, the genius, or become instead like him. Okay, but so let me move on to show you what our brain looks like, which is the focus for today, our cerebral cortex. This is our main frontal part of the main frontal of our brain, which is the most developed and takes up the largest mass. And I shall touch on the first frontal lobe. The function of frontal lobe is it is our main CPU for our brain, which means it integrates all of our inputs and thinking and all the different sensors and thus make decisions from that. And thus this is very important for us to plan and to regulate our emotions so that we don't do anything impulsive. Secondly, our temporal cortex, which is slightly bottom down of the brain. This is the main auditory processing center as well as where most of memory is stored. So by auditory processing center, it means that whatever auditory inputs comes in, it will be processed in this area and thus be sent to a frontal lobe for any decision making and interpretation. And as well as memory, where most of our memory are being stored. So it's important for us to have this so that we can have our good memory. Next, we have a parietal lobe. This is a sensory processing center, which means our hands, our legs, how we feel, and also it helps us to see our space, and it helps to feel how the space around us is like. And in order to illustrate this a little more, interestingly, our parietal lobe is made up of different parts of parietal lobe have different functions in the sense that our hands are, for example, our hands are basically the most sensitive among the parietal lobe as it occupies a large space, as compared to other things like tongue or maybe your gullet or even your back, which is not exactly seen here because it's so small. And this kind of explains why our hands are so sensitive, our lips are so sensitive, but not our back, and perhaps other parts of our body. Yeah. And next up will be the occipital lobe, which is located at the back of our brain. So for occipital lobe, even though it is the smallest among the lobes, it's very important also because it's where without it we cannot see. So what happens is when light enters into our eyes and it goes through the visual tract, and then it hits at the back of the head, and where it will be processed and then sent to our frontal lobe for interpretation and stuff. Yeah, so this is our occipital lobe. So all four of our lobes form the cerebral cortex, which is very important in our daily activities. Well, let me explain a bit of how when our brain goes a little, pinky. And these are just a few of the different things that can happen to you. For example, you can't think properly, you might change your personality, you become more impulsive, and you have difficulty doing 5 different senses, etc., etc. And this is better illustrated by this example. This person called Gage, he is born in the 19th century. He is a railway worker supervisor, and his job involves with explosives. So his typical day will be waking up, finding some explosives to clear the way to build the railway. However, a very unfortunate accident happened to him. When he was trying to plant his charges exploded prematurely, and thus a rod of this size, mind you, this size, went through below his eye and up from the bottom of the head, as you can see here. Miraculously, he survived, and is conscious all the way through the hospital. However, even after recovering from his external injuries and stuff, his whole personality changed. His life has changed. He became from a very loving husband, a very responsible and hardworking supervisor, to become a very impulsive drinker, to become a very abusive husband. And thus, because of this personality change, he lost his family and had to spend the rest of his life traveling around alone, before he died at the age of 36. This really shows that how important our frontal lobe is, and our brain is. And any slightest damage can affect us very, very tremendously. Well, that's it. Well, brain is always complaining that, well, Pinky is always messing up his plans of taking over the world. That's why our brain has devised several important methods to try to detect any of these brain damages before it gets out of hand. So one of the tests that's very interesting is called the Wisconsin card sorting test. During this test, the participants will be asked to sort a number of cards with different colors, different shapes, different numbers. So initially, they will just sort according to what category they want to, and the experimenter will cue them or say, no, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. So in this case, the participants have to figure out what exactly is the category that they have to sort out. Then after somehow, okay, he or she got it, and without warning, the experimenter will change the category with just saying, okay, for example, if at first you're sorting out by number of shapes, then you'll say, no, you're wrong. So the patient will get a bit confused, and okay, you go on and try to figure out, try and error again before you get the new category right. But for patients with brain damage, they will be not able to adjust to this change, and thus they will keep so-called insisting on the same initial category that they have. And in the next test, I shall go through very briefly with the finger tapping test. So through this simple test, because the difference between a brain damaged patient and the normal patient is such that for normal patients, you can tap normally at a very consistent pace and at a very quick pace. However, for brain damaged patients, you can notice that firstly, the hand position is a little awkward. Secondly, the pace of tapping is very inconsistent and very slow. And thus, from there, you'll be able to discern how the extent of brain damage by the extent of how you perform during this test. Well, in conclusion, I've covered these few main points: the functions of our cortex, what happens when our cortex is damaged, of course, some of our tests for brain damage. And well, I'd like to leave you with this because I'd like to leave you with this. The brain is your biggest asset. Well, what if brain were to be here, he would have said to you, if you want to take over the world, use and protect your brain very well, because it is your greatest asset, and it is the only asset that can help you achieve great goals. Well, that's all I have for today. Thank you. This is my acknowledgement.